Welcome to International Student Brief. The content of the briefing includes: Dispatch Student of the Week, New Albany's Ava Mingo wins close race. Nigerian and Indian students shun British universities amid immigration clampdown. Greedy universities don't seem to care about white middle-class British kids. Foreign student visa rejections to cost US $310 million this year. Dispatch Student of the Week, New Albany's Ava Mingo wins close race. Yahoo! Ava Mingo from New Albany High School has been voted the winner of the Columbus Dispatch's Student of the Week poll. Mingo secured 2,851 votes, or 28.2% of the 9,580 votes cast this week, to edge out Travis Allen of Northridge High School, who received 2,185 votes, or 21.6%. Mingo was nominated for her dedication to her studies and her determination to overcome obstacles. She excelled in her senior seminar project and is involved in both academic and extracurricular activities, such as cheerleading and volunteering in her community. Mingo is described as a dedicated scholar who always rises to the challenge. The Student of the Week poll recognizes outstanding academic and school achievement, as well as community service, and students are nominated by participating Central Ohio high school principals, teachers, and guidance counselors. Other nominees included students from Marysville, Millersport, Newark Catholic, Marysville Early College, Thomas Worthington, DeSales, London, Licking Heights, Granville, and Westerville North. Nigerian and Indian students shun British universities amid immigration clampdown. Telegraph. The number of Nigerian and Indian students applying to start undergraduate degrees at British universities has fallen, according to figures from UCAS. Applications from Nigeria have fallen 46% to 1,590, whilst applications from India have fallen 4% to 8,770. However, overall demand from international students from countries outside of the EU has reached a record high, with applications increasing 1.5% to 95,840. Among the countries from which demand has increased are China, Canada, and Turkey. The fall in demand from Nigeria and India follows a government ban on all foreign students except postgraduate researchers bringing family members to the UK. Greedy universities don't seem to care about white middle-class British kids. Telegraph. The UK government is prioritising international students over British applicants, especially in relation to university admissions, says Alison Pearson in The Telegraph. She claims that the practice of universities making lower offers to high-paying international students is blatant discrimination against British candidates. Pearson also criticizes a Home Office invitation to staff to celebrate World Hijab Day and the Church of England's offering of a sacrament to failed asylum seekers. Pearson argues that the endorsement of the hijab by Home Office officials is a frightening thought and calls for the assessment of asylum seekers to be carried out by individuals who share mainstream British values. Pearson concludes that a country that discriminates against its own young people is sick and warns the government to be wary of tearing up the social contract between generations. Foreign student visa rejections to cost US $310 million this year. The Sydney Morning Herald. Universities in Australia are warning that their revenue could be hit hard by the government's plan to cut net migration. The government wants to reduce the migration intake from 510,000 last year to 375,000 this year and 250,000 next year, causing 16 university leaders to complain. The Vice-Chancellors claim that the stricter rules are damaging Australia's reputation as a study destination and could lead to a revenue downturn of around $310 million Australian dollars, $230 million, in 2024 alone. The government stands by the need for stricter rules to address concerns around housing and congestion. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, bringing you the latest news and analysis. Today, we have an interesting mix of stories from around the globe. First, let's recognize the exceptional achievements of Ava Mingo from New Albany High School, who has been voted as the Columbus Dispatch's Student of the Week. With her dedication to her studies, involvement in extracurricular activities, and commitment to her community, Ava truly exemplifies what it means to be a well-rounded scholar. Congratulations, Ava! Now, let's delve into the issue of declining numbers of Nigerian and Indian students applying to British universities. It seems that the UK's immigration clampdown is taking its toll. Applications from Nigeria have fallen by a staggering 46%, while applications from India have dropped by 4%. However, it's not all bad news for British universities, as overall demand from international students has reached a record high. It seems that students from China, Canada, and Turkey are filling the void left by their Nigerian and Indian counterparts. But hold on, there's controversy brewing in the UK. Alison Pearson from The Telegraph argues that universities are prioritizing international students over British applicants. She claims that the practice of offering lower entry requirements to high-paying international students is discriminatory and unfair. Pearson also criticizes the Home Office's celebration of World Hijab Day and the Church of England's sacrament offering to failed asylum seekers. She believes that these actions go against mainstream British values and warns the government to be cautious about damaging the social contract between generations. Across the globe, Australian universities are sounding the alarm about the impact of the government's plan to cut net migration. With the proposed reduction in migration intake, universities fear a revenue downturn of $310 million Australian dollars, $230 million, in 2024. The government argues that stricter rules are necessary to address concerns about housing and congestion, but university leaders believe it will damage Australia's reputation as a study destination. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the latest headlines. From exceptional students to immigration clampdowns and university revenue concerns, the world of education is certainly never dull. Now, I want to hear from you, our astute audience. What are your thoughts on these stories? Do you agree with the prioritization of international students over domestic applicants? Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.